Hello and welcome to this IHSA Golf Coaches webinar. My name's Kurt Gibson. I'm the boys golf administrator here at the IHSA. Stacy Lambert, our girls golf administrator, is with me as well. But tonight's real star is Doyle Heisler from iWanamaker. And as many of you have already seen from our preseason rules meeting, and certainly those of you who have been coaching for the last few years high school golf in Illinois, you're aware that iWanamaker is the only and the official scoring platform that's used in all IHSA state series events. So we're talking regional, sectional, and state finals. And we've tried to bring Doyle on early in the season the last few years just to allow him an opportunity to introduce himself to the golf coaching community in Illinois, talk a little bit about his platform, and make sure that you're aware of how you can reach him in the event, or his team in the event that you would have any questions as your season is ongoing. Because as you would have heard in our rules meeting, Stacy and I have strongly encouraged everybody to get on the iWanamaker platform now. And it seems like each year as it goes by, more and more people are gravitating to the site early in the season. We think that's great. Just helps build familiarity for everyone once we get to the postseason. So with that, I'm going to turn things over to Doyle. Doyle, welcome, and thanks for being available tonight.
Thank you, Kurt, and thank you for the wonderful introduction. Welcome, coaches. It's good to be back again. We've got we've had a lot of great things happening, in Illinois with iWanamaker starting in 2020, and here we are in 2023. It's super exciting. So the Kurt, you can see my screen right now where it's got the golfer with the
We can,
scoring.
yes.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect. So just so you know, this is who we are. This is what we do. We're a partner of the NFHS. We provide software for high school associations as well as their member schools to use throughout the entire season, the regular season all the way through postseason and year after year as well. So right now, you, Illinois, are a part of a big movement in this area. So right now, at this point, 70.57% of all of high school golf is using our platform and our apps. You can see all the states here in blue. A lot of new additions here in 2023. And I have to tell you, the coaches and Kurt and Stacy, thank you. I got my hats off to you because you were some of the early adopters. And that is what has helped us put this in the hands of so many others throughout the United States. And this is what we do, right? We build apps. We build apps for you and for all of our partners. So that's how it all starts, is by getting the IHSA Golf app. When you get that app, that allows you to sign up as a coach, as a golfer. The first thing you do, you get it, and then you tell your golfers in your first team meeting to go get it if they don't have it already, and then they get registered, and now your roster is good to go. And then you go start creating events, and you import those players into the event. You set it up to be scored, and it can be live scored, hole by hole, by the golfers. They can even turn on the exchange of scorecards, which is what happens at the postseason. So you can get your student athletes ready for the postseason by doing that. After you get registered, and this is where you manage, you log into iWanamaker.com and you manage your school roster, everything about your school, your events on iWanamaker.com. Right now, we assume that you're going to be using some sort of a desktop, a larger format screen, because the system is designed for that. In version 3 coming out in November, December timeframe, you'll be able to do it in a browser, but it'll be a better experience. But I do know a lot of coaches who open up iWanamaker.com on their phone right now, and then they pinch in and they get things done. So for that last minute pairing swap, for example, that's what you can do with the browser. Pretty much everything that is in the app, you have access to everything that you need to be able to pull off a tournament, right? on the app on the day of. So you do all your work ahead of time and get the event set up by coming in here and setting up your event, getting all ready to go. And then when you get to the course, you should be able to do everything on your phone. Now, as you go through the process, where we find coaches need help is with setting up their tournament. To set up a tournament, it's real simple. It's a 3-step process. You get logged in, and then you go to your school and you click on Create League Event. It's a 3-step process. You put in details, pick the teams, and you finish. And now you got yourself an event. Make sure that if it's a practice event, that you choose practice, because if you don't, then that tournament is going to be submitted to the ranking system, which is what we don't want, right? So I'm logged in here, and if I click on the iWanamaker logo, I have my home screen, my landing page, if you will, set to the IHSA Golf link. And so I'm going to go through a little bit of navigation. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, not going to go into the details, because what I'm going to suggest you do if you're a first timer is log in, get registered, log in, click on help, and watch these first 4 videos. Now there's a lot more helpful video tutorials in this list here. So you can watch those, and I would recommend the first 4 because you're going to be a pro just by doing that. If you get stuck, don't be afraid to call us. And here's the phone number right here. You can either talk to me, Bryce, or Leanna. Either one of us any of us can help you. Or you can, if you prefer email, just email support@iwanamaker.com. So back to a little bit of the navigation. Okay, so when you get signed in, and to get yourself to your school, all you have to do is if you don't see the school in the middle of the page, and most coaches do because that's the way we have it designed, just click the iWanamaker logo, and then you will see it right in the middle of the screen, your school. You click on that, and that would be the equivalent of what I'm going to show you right here. Let's say that I'm the coach at Addison Trail. So then I would be taken right to the Addison Trail school's profile. And you can see a breadcrumb right here. Here's the IHSA, here's Addison Trail. To go back up, I can click on the IHSA. That'll take me up to the top level. Okay, and you can also get to the IHSA by clicking on leagues, because iWanamaker houses all of that map I showed you. All those states exist as a league in iWanamaker. So as you scroll up and down here, you can see, oh, there's Illinois. So if I click on this, I'm back to the league, and I'm at the top level of a league, meaning that I'm looking at all events. So right here, I just went to past. And you can see that coaches in Illinois and the IHSA has run over 5,400 events on this system since 2020, and so a lot of events, right? So a lot of coaches are old hands at this. They are very good at it. You can call on them for help if you want, but that's a little bit about the events. I did show you schools, right? All the schools are preloaded. If your school, or you find that a school is not in here, just let us know. But copy Kurt and Stacy on it too, because we can't add a school unless we get their approval. So if you find that you don't have a school, or you have a school but no roster, let us know, and we can take care of that for you. The only other thing I want to show you here is as you go through the season, people are really interested in the rankings, and oh, look at here. So it's already happening, right? There are teams that are playing and they're submitting their scores. As soon as you close a round, and you can see that in the video tutorials, your scores are submitted to the ranking system. And then you can go to the ranking system and see what kind of where your team sits in the state. You have all kinds of filters and stuff you can play with here. So just want to go through a couple things here. If I want to log out, click on my picture, and I click log out, right? I can see my profile here, and I can go to, now we don't recommend going to your events here, right? We highly recommend that you click the iWanamaker logo, click on your school, and then once you navigate to your school, then you're going to be able to have a better view of your events, right? It's built that way, right? So we recommend you do it that way. you will start to find that there's going to be a history of all this. So you, as a coach who are back for another season, you can go back to the past. You can see events that happened in the past. Okay, so just a little bit about navigation there. The app, again, I can't stress this enough. Everything starts with the app. Okay, so make sure you tell people, and this is where people get tripped up, is they go get the iWanamaker app. No one needs the iWanamaker app unless you're running some charity event, and that's, you guys are running high school events. So what you need is the IHSA golf app. It's powered by iWanamaker, but that is the only app that you need. So if you do have the iWanamaker app on your phone, you can just get rid of it. It's not a big deal. It's not going to hurt anything. Just know that the app that you'll be using is the IHSA golf app. Okay. So Kurt, I think that from that, at a very high level, I've covered everything I want to cover, unless you have something else you want me to go through. But
well, do you want to talk for just a quick minute? And this would, so before I'll tell you what I maybe have you talk about for a quick minute here in a second, but I want to just say to all the coaches out there, Doyle mentioned this, the tutorials that he and his team have put together are super easy to follow. They're generally not very long. I mean, they're in the 5 to 10 minute range. I haven't watched the overview of the platform. That might be a little longer, but my point is those are incredibly helpful. Doyle's staff is tremendously responsive. I say this to everybody, you know, we get a lot of outreach from different groups in all of our sports and activities, and everybody always has the new thing, the best thing since sliced bread, and everybody claims that they're going to have great support. Doyle's team, and Doyle specifically, has delivered in that regard. He values your success. He wants you to be successful when you're running an event on his platform. So when he says, I've got a team you can call Monday through Friday, 52 weeks of the year, or you can email us, you're going to get a pretty darn immediate response. So don't be afraid to lean on him, because when we get into the postseason, we lean on him. Okay? So that's one. Two, I want to just remind coaches on both the girls and boys golf pages are links to iWanamaker.com and the tutorial page. So if you ever get lost, you're trying to remember where things are at, if you can get yourself to the boys or girls golf page on IHSA.org, you'll also be able to get to the iWanamaker page. But Doyle, I was just going to maybe have you talk for a brief second on how parents or fans, doesn't have to be parents, could be grandparents, could be anybody who wants to follow the action. You've got a unique part of your platform that allows people to follow events as well. Do you want to talk about that, so maybe coaches, especially the newer ones, can pass some of that information on?
Yeah. So in your first team meeting or parent meeting, let them know that that they can follow along with the live scoring by simply getting the IHSA golf app. They've got choices that they will make decisions about, because they can buy an event ticket, or like right here, if I just click on buy a ticket, right, I can buy a regular season ticket or a friends and family ticket. So if I click on this, then it's $30 for the whole season, the whole regular season. You pick your home school, you pick the player you're going to follow, and you check out, and you're good to go. You can then that gets you access to every tournament across the entire state, not just the ones where your kid is playing, all tournaments across the whole state, and all rankings, and both on the app and on the web. The only difference between that one and the other, the family one here, is that the family one and this was asked for. We didn't dream this up. Parents asked for this. Hey, I want to add my spouse, grandma and grandpa, and myself. So, okay, we'll give you 4 for the price of 3. So put your spouse's email here, grandma's here, and grandpa's here, and now they all 4 have access, and they're ready to go for the season. If they want, they can just go buy an event ticket, and that is typically, I think it's $5 for an event ticket. So you can do an event ticket just to try things out, and then you might decide later that you want to do a season ticket. So that we keep it really simple. When you get to the postseason, you're going to have an opportunity to buy a postseason, just an event ticket, or you can buy a whole postseason pass or ticket package that gets you access to all the postseason events. So just watch for that to come down the pipe as we roll through this season.
And you'll see a lot of parents on the courses on their phones. Not a surprise, everybody's on their phone nowadays, but they're really just following the action, you know, because they might be on one hole, but they're following how their child's teammates are doing. So anyway, I just wanted to, especially for the newer coaches who are watching this, wanted them to just be aware that this ticketing option, if you will, is available. It might be a good thing to pass on to your parents, and certainly our office can help try to navigate somebody through that, getting a ticket process, or again, reaching out to Doyle and his team would also be a good strategy on that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we take support calls from parents, grandparents. I remember talking to a 91-year-old grandparent from Florida, following her grandson in Illinois. Back in 2021. Okay. It was great. It was awesome to help her through that. And she was so excited to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So, well, Doyle, thanks again for your time today. As I sort of said in our beginning, you know, Stacy and I are committed to helping coaches in whatever way we can. If coaches, you have questions during the season, feel free to reach out to us. Whether it's iWanamaker related or not, if it's iWanamaker, we're probably going to either get you an answer from Doyle's team or turn you to Doyle's team. But either way, we want you to have a great season. So good luck the rest of the way. We're coming up. We're recording this on the 16th of August. So fairly soon, probably within the next couple of weeks, we'll have postseason assignments announced. And then we'll begin working with Doyle and his team to build our postseason events, even though they don't happen until the end of September. But you know how the golf season is. It goes by in a blur. So enjoy this time. And
Kurt, you might want to mention
see again.
That
go ahead, Doyle.
So excited because they want to create the postseason. We will create, us along with the IHSA will create all the postseason events. So you don't need to worry about that. Those, as soon as Kurt gets us that list, Kurt and Stacy, we'll create all of them, and you'll start to see them show up on the event schedule.
Yeah. Stacy and I were talking offline before we started tonight. We're just putting the finishing touches on that information. So you'll have that soon, Doyle, and we'll begin that process. So that's a good reminder that for those schools out there that are hosting in the postseason, you won't have to worry about creating those events. They'll be done for you and done well in advance of those regional and sectional dates.
Yep, perfect.
All right, good night, everybody. Have a great day and season. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us here at the IHSA.